Well, a number of our Olympic team have been finishing their preparations in Europe, and the lucky ones are at the AIS's new facility there. Tim Sheridan paid them a visit.
This is the beautiful little northern Italian town of Varese, and it will have a definite influence on the performances of a number of Australian athletes at these London Olympics. Why? Well, there are 5 million reasons for that. That's what it cost this Italian province in euros to build the Australian Institute of Sport's new European Training Centre. And the Australian government forks out an extra $2.7 million a year in dollars to lease it and run it. In 12 days' time, this amazing new facility makes its Olympic debut, and the proof will be on the podium. The ETC gathers under one roof everything Australian athletes need to live and perform in Europe. Some of it is high-tech and mirrors the AIS at home. Other facilities are basic, but impossible to do easily if you're in a hotel.
It's perfect in the build-up to London. Everything we have is here. The gym is state-of-the-art. We have the ice-cold baths. We have hot showers. We have the physios, study rooms, internet, you know, everything. It's perfect.
When K2 paddler Naomi Flood and her teammates in the K4 have not been ripping up one of the stunning lakes near the ETC, they're inside it, getting ripped themselves.
If this wasn't here, would be another issue, it'd be another hurdle to get over. It's another stress that you really don't need when you're trying to train every hour of every day. The food here is fantastic.
Here, food is fuel, and haven't they burnt some this week? Australia's rowers came out of the ETC in August last year and went to their best ever World Championships. The men's quad scull won gold, but a 6-week rib injury to stroke Dan Noonan set them back.
We always come here to the training centre in Europe, and we probably gain a few seconds, you know, over the rest of the field, and we need a few seconds and probably a little bit more. So I think it's going to be very tight.
This is the boat that could shock and awe in 2 weeks' time. On the right is 2006 world champion Brooke Prattley, and in the bow, the new super athlete of the Australian team. Kim Crowe will make history by rowing in 2 events. This one, the double scull, and the sport's toughest event, the single scull.
Kim handles a very high volume of training, much better than anyone else on the planet, I think. So I have absolute faith that she'll smash it.
Alone, Kim was a revelation during this year's World Cup, and with Brooke had just 2 rows in this boat before chasing Great Britain home in Munich last month. The Brits are double world champions. History no burden for these two. And we're there or thereabouts, aren't we? We're close.
We are. Oh, definitely. Yeah, we'll be fine. Don't worry about us.
It's great, Brooke. Thank you. All right, I won't.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'll see you in the mix zone with a medal around your neck.
Okay, that'd be great. Deal.
Deal. See you there. Our flagship is also in an Ashes battle. In the men's 4, Great Britain has 3 straight Olympic titles, but Australia beat them twice last month. Behind awesome foursome relic Drew Ginn sits James Chapman. Not quite as old, but with a decade of near misses behind him.
For me, it was my first international race to win, so that was pretty exciting. And if anyone was watching, they could see, you know, how excited my expression was. I was just glad we got across the line first, and a bit of a slump of relief, and just a really relaxed kind of thumbs up, and it's all over.
And then there's the fairy tale women's 8. Told they weren't good enough for the Games, now getting told where to finish. The podium is a dream for these girls, fatigued from last-ditch qualifying and a workload veteran coach Nick Garrett dictates to give them a shot. The seniors say the European Training Centre is the difference for their young crewmates.
Just professionalism that they're probably not used to having to bring every day, you know, looking after, you know, every aspect of themselves with their hydration and their nutrition and sleeping and stuff like that. So, you know, everyone's sort of stepping up to the mark every day, and yeah, we're happy just to get in there and have a shot.
Not going to die wondering, are you?
No, absolutely not. No, not this crew, no.
They are so focused, but what a place to do it. I just cannot think of a better place to do some carb loading than in Italy.
I want to be an elite athlete. The mind's willing, but the body can't do a thing about it. But
no.
That would be all right. Training in Italy, beautiful. More in a moment. You're watching Road to London on the home of the Olympics, Nine's Wide World of Sports.